Shalom Aleichem, Assalamu Alaikum, Irini Mazisu, Pax Vobiscum, peace be unto you. In the previous video, 1 Samuel chapter 16, I believe, we were talking about how David, how old was he when he was anointed as king? So let's look at this gotquestions.com, and it says, as the youngest boy in Jesse's family, David was regarded as irrelevant. His father did not even bother to call him to meet Samuel. But when Samuel considered Jesse's 7 older sons, Elohim rejected them all. And then he asked if he had any other sons, as the Septuagint worded it, sons, who was out tending sheep. David, who was out tending sheep, was called. Samuel anointed him. So, as is often the case, Elohim chose the least likely candidate. We are not told precisely how old David was at this time, so we can only speculate, but we know he was just a boy, probably between 10 to 15, and I think this is wrong. I don't think it's 10 to 15. I think it's even younger, 5 to 15, okay? So this is a picture of a boy, and perhaps this is what King David looked like. Well, not King David, David the boy, because it described him as a ruddy appearance and of a very goodly appearance. Okay, so beauty is in the eye of the beholder, handsomeness, attractiveness, whatever you want to call it. And this boy well, he's a model. It's clear. But if we look at pictures of shepherd boys, like this one, a young Berber shepherd boy with red hair and traditional clothing from Morocco, I believe this is probably what King David looked like. Or not King David, I keep saying King David. David the boy shepherd, the shepherd boy. Probably looked very, very close to this, but just maybe a different face like that, perhaps. And if we look at other pictures of shepherd boys with sheep flocks, we will find varying ages. And we can see, well, when it loads, that is, having a bit of difficulty here. So once the images load, you'll see that we have children that look very, very young. Some look even younger than 5 years old. And they're from different areas of Asia and the Middle East. So let's just go from the top here. And look, how old are these kids? Just looking at these pictures. This child looks between 5 to 10. 5 to 10. Maybe even 4 here. But around, I mean, they're not toddlers, so at least 4, but not older than 10. Here looks like a 2-year-old. But in any case, walking. So the child has to be walking. So older than 3. I'm going to say 3, 4, 5. So possibly as young as 3 in this picture. This picture, I'm going to say 7. That's a teenager. That's a young boy. He's not really shepherding, just looking. That's not a boy. Oh, that's a good picture. This child here from Ethiopia. Probably, I'm going to say 7, between 5 to 10 anyway. So we can see in all different cultures, shepherd boys, or shepherds tend to be boys who are tending the sheep, and they are very young. There's another one, looks like between 5 to 10. This older boy looks like around just hitting puberty, maybe 11, 12, 13. Another young child, probably 5 to 10, but not, maybe 5 to 9, maybe. It's a glamour shot. Some other boys here, horseback riding in Mongolia. I don't know if they're shepherds, but in any case, here's a picture here. I'm going to say this individual, I don't know if it's a child, it's hard to make it out. It's really zoomed out. A Bedouin boy and flock of sheep. Okay, let's just say could be as young as 4 if he's wearing pants. 4 to 5. There's a young shepherd boy here too, right here with the bucket. Probably 4 to 7. So again, the estimate for how old David was could be as much as could be as young as 4. It could be as old as 15. Let's just say 4 to 15 or 5 to 15. So as young as 4, as old as 15, according to gotquestions.org. In any case, he was not old enough to join the army because you have to be 20 years old and upwards. So he clearly was below 20 in any case. But we have a good range, and we can see, again, in different areas of the world, boys who tend the sheep tend to be very young. Okay, forget the glamour shot there, but it's just the reality of even today. So what more in ancient times? Children back then just had a lot more responsibility. Or maybe depending what area you're from, they are born with that responsibility. So let's just say, just to rest the case, between the ages of as young as 4, King David, the boy, being anointed, as young as 4 to as old as 15, just so we have a wide range. And that just speaks volumes of exactly what Adonai, how he sees things. Because who would see a 4-year-old or even this child here to be the next king, when you have these older sons who are 20 years old and upwards? They look like kings, are tall, and so on. They're men. This is not a man. Why would you anoint a little boy, right? Exactly. So that's all I have for you in this video. So thanks for your